Well, I'll tell you somebody else who's excited. That is Bill Cosby. His conviction was overturned by the Pennsylvania Supreme Court after spending 2 years in prison. The court overturned his sex assault conviction earlier today after finding an agreement with the previous prosecutor that prevented him from being charged in the case. It wasn't really on the up and up. What are your thoughts on the courts reaching this decision? And we also have to get to the statement by Felicia Rashad, and also Bill Cosby also dropped a statement as well. Al, what do you think?
You know what? I want to make very clear that I am not supporting Bill Cosby because he was, 60 different women came forward. But as it relates to this particular case, Attorney General Bruce Castor was the original Attorney General that struck the deal with Bill in order for him not to be tried, right? In order for him, as it relates to his criminal charges. Mm-hmm. So I just found that this was justice actually being served because it was Attorney General Kevin Steele who was using this opportunity to get press around, in my opinion, the Me Too movement and use Bill Cosby as an example. He did it when he knew he should not have done it. The other Attorney General Castor had promised Bill that he could speak openly and honestly in order to not be charged criminally. And then I think Attorney General Kevin Steele went back on his words, and that wasn't right. So in this particular case, as it relates to this case with Andrea Constad, justice was finally served.
Okay. Q, what do you think?
So, I want to quote attorney Sue Ann Robinson, who actually has appeared on FOXSOUL on the Black Report several times. And she said that what's most important today is that a Black man's constitutional rights were upheld by the Supreme Court. You know what I'm saying? That is very important. However, I want to put this out here for Black America. This is not the smoking gun. I told y'all he didn't do it. I told y'all he was innocent. Let's be very clear here. A lot of things can be true at the same time. Yes, they were gunning for Bill Cosby. Yes, some of them women knew what they were going back to Bill Cosby's room for. Yes, Bill Cosby and a lot of those men during that era dealt in Quaaludes. Yes, Bill Cosby did put some of them Quaaludes in some people's drinks. You know what I'm saying? He's out on a technicality. And the silver lining is the justice system did work the way it is supposed to work. And I know it's an unpopular opinion, but Bill is not innocent per se. You know what I'm saying? He got lucky. They messed up. It's like an OJ situation. We all know OJ killed them damn people, but he got off because they tried to trump up that evidence and got caught. It's the same thing.
I just want to be clear that in this particular case, though, which is what I want us to kind of focus on, right? In this particular case, remember, he did face civil charges. And from those civil charges, he paid that woman $3.5 million. So he did take accountability for the civil charges. The sad part was how Attorney General took advantage of Bill as it related to the criminal charges.
So I have Bill Cosby's statement. He said, "I've never changed my stance nor my story. I have always maintained my innocence. Thank you to all my fans, supporters, and friends who stood by me through this ordeal. Special thanks to the Pennsylvania Supreme Court for upholding the rule of law." Now, we also want to get into his supporters. Actress Felicia Rashad has been getting backlash. People were mad at her after she showed her support for Bill Cosby. She posted a photo of him with the caption, that's not the right picture. She should have not posted that. That picture looked like, that picture was giving sex offender. Could we see that picture one more time? I mean.
That's really giving I take your stuff. It's like, you want this cocktail, girl? You know you want this cocktail.
It looks like he said, "What you mean, no?" Well, finally, she said this. Finally, a terrible wrong has been righted. A miscarriage of justice is corrected.
Well, in this particular case, like I keep going back to this, she's actually right. She's not talking about all the cases that Bill has been charged.
But she is.
I don't think so. I think she would be sleeping under a rock to say
she came out when it first started called all those women liars.
I think that doesn't make any sense to me. But as it relates to this particular case, I did have the pleasure of reading all 79 pages of the opinion. And just so that people know they never had sex, not saying that that makes it right. But if you guys read the opinion, take a moment and read the opinion of the courts of exactly what happened in this particular case, you clearly see all evidence points to Bill Cosby was being made an example of in this particular case. It's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that I'm not saying that he did not take advantage of other women. I'm talking specifically in this particular case.
We get it.
Have any of you ever been drugged against your will? Have been slipped a Mickey or date rape drug? Have either one of you had that? I have too. I had it by a celebrity as well.
3 years ago, I went back to Florida State for homecoming, and I went to a party and I woke up in a ditch.
Oh wow!
And didn't you feel? And how did you feel?
I'm here. All I remember is leaving the party in the car. And when I woke up, my car was in a ditch. I was disoriented. People were around me, robbing me, unbeknownst to me. Mm-hmm. They were robbing me. They would pass themselves off like they were helping me. They were robbing me. I blacked out again. And the next time I woke up, the police was there. And for whatever reason, they didn't take me for DUI or take me for anything. They actually called the tow truck to get my car and they dropped me off at the hotel. And, the reason I know I'm drugged because I'm a heavy drinker. Okay. And I know how I drink. I've never in my life blacked out and not remembered anything, especially me driving. Now, here's the thing. I'm a hoe. So they didn't even have to drug me. They could have just asked me or took me to the bathroom, baby. I'd have gave this and 2 vodka and cranberries and a smile. I'd have gave it to you. You know what I'm saying? But it was very scary because, again, all I remember is leaving the establishment and waking up in the ditch.
I'm sorry to hear that happened to you because, it is a very scary. It's one thing to drink on your own accord and get drunk because you wanted to. But when you get drugged by someone, and it's happened to me as well, you don't remember anything and you feel like it was a dream. And what do I even call him? The guy that did it to me, I didn't know what happened. Yeah, until he was bragging about how good my stuff was to someone that happened to know me. And then they came back to me and told me that you have no idea what this guy did to you, but he was bragging us that he put something in drink. So you have no control. A lot of times you blame yourself, and it's a horrible, horrible, horrible thing with so much, like Dineva said, free ass and coochie out there that people want to willingly give away. A friend of mine was drugged by a guy and she was on her period. He had sex with her. She woke up with no tampon in, put one in, and went to the emergency room. They tested the blood because it leaves your system after 24 hours, and they found traces of the drug in the blood. It's real. It's so common these days. And, he got off on a technicality and some people can cheer for that. As someone who has experienced that, it's too much gray area for me.
I just have to say again, I don't want people to take it up that I'm taking up for Bill, but in this particular case, he didn't slip anything into her drink or anything. He handed it to her in her hand. She acknowledged it and took the pills that he handed to her in her hand. So I
get what you're saying.
He didn't slip anything into any of her drinks. He handed her the pills into her hand and she took them.
But you know what? It's kind of like, yeah, maybe I'm not that one, but there were some that I think he did. And you're right.
Oh,
and
yeah.
You were right, Al. We do have to stay focused on the case that he
This particular case that we're talking about is what I want to make sure. I don't want people to think that I'm defending him and his behavior. I'm not at all.
We know you would never defend a guilty, rich Black man. So we're going to take a quick break and we'll be back with more TGIF on Wednesday when we return.